So welcome to The Trend. I'm your host, Dario Christian. Joining me is my co-host, Courtney Stewart.
What's up, everybody?
And we got a very special guest today. Mr. Mike Rivers is in the house, singer, songwriter, musician.
What's up? Thank y'all for having me. I'm trying to get this camera situated. It was doing great until this moment.
Until we started, right?
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
All right, really?
This at-home technology.
I'm trying to figure out what's in your background there. What is that? What does that
mean? Yeah, what does that say?
I can't read it out right now.
That's my name, Mike River.
Oh, dope. Okay, well, there you go. That's branding at its best.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, man, welcome to The Trend. We're happy to have you. I know you're doing some big things. You got a new album, a new single, Love, the album Black Sheep. I know that what intrigued me actually about you is that you play instruments. And I like that, you know, like drums, you know, guitar, all kind of stuff. I see a piano in the background right now.
I should have started this interview with a guitar in my hand, like looking over my shoulder or something, like, you know what I'm saying?
We got
we can actually start right now with you playing the piano. Let's do it.
I play, just a little backstory. I come from a musical family, so I don't know if you ever heard that words. I don't know if you've ever heard of Little Richard, rock and roll.
Yeah, I think I heard of that guy before.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
You'd be surprised how many people haven't.
Let me think. Icon, influenced Prince.
Yeah.
No, well, but my dad is still, he just passed away, R.I.P. That's like my uncle to me. But my dad is a drummer for him. So I came up, I was like 3 years old, like on top of his piano, like dancing and stuff like that. So like I always was a part of music in some form or way. I actually started playing drums before I started singing. So I thought I was gonna be a drummer. I actually found this interview of me when I was like 7, and they had this company had come to Mississippi and they interviewed me, and I was like that kid, like prodigy drummer, And I was like looking back at that video, like, dang, like that was where I was headed, And then in the interview, they asked me the question. They're like, where do you see yourself? Where do you want your drumming to be in 5 years? And I specifically was like, at 8 years old, I was like, I want to do Broadway. I want to sing. I want to, and I had all these things that a lot of it I actually ended up, doing. And, so I look back on those things and I'm thankful. But yeah, I started playing drums and then I started singing. My mom is a singer. She's a vocal coach. My parents had a business called Percussive Music Media that taught kids how to sing, dance, write, play piano, guitar, drum. So there were different instructors for different things, and that's where I grew up. So, that was my life. Like I went to school and then I went to the studio. And then when I was about 12 years old, I moved to LA. 11 years old, I moved to Atlanta first for 6 months. I got developed as an artist. I was training. I was working out. I was a little chubby, so I lost my baby weight. I was trying to be sex symbol. I was playing. But no, I went through a lot of stuff and then ended up moving to LA, and I was in a group called Remix. And it was me and it was 2 girls, and it was just, we were called Remix because we were different. And then we ended up going on 106 in Park, which then led me to getting a call about another group I ended up joining, which was Mindless. And that call came from the 106 in Park performance. And it was just like, we're looking for a member, you'll be perfect. And long story short, I ended up having to say no. And then years later, I ended up joining. So it's all crazy. But yeah, to answer your question, I do play instruments.
Well, before we get off this Zoom, we're gonna make you play something.
We're gonna give
it
a little something.
Vocals, a little piano playing, a little guitar, whatever you need to, bring out. We all about it here at The Trend.
Dang. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So now, with your parents both being in the music game, was that heavily influenced for you to also pursue that same pattern, or were they like, listen, we're both musicians, whatever you fall into is what you fall into?
Yeah, no. My parents were definitely like, do what you want to do. Actually, my parents pushed me away from music as much as possible because my sister they forced my sister to do dance, and my sister was an incredible dancer. But by the time she was we have a 10-year gap, me and my sister. So by the time she was a certain age, she was over it completely. Like she didn't want to do it anymore. Or she just was forced. And so my parents, when I was of the age of trying to, get into it, my parents were like, heck no, Not that they didn't want me to do it, but they didn't push me at all. So it was just like, okay, you can go take this dance class, you can go do this. And I was in stuff, but like my sister was like, they were like tiger parents to my sister. They were like, you know, you eat, sleep, you. And so with me, it was a whole different approach. And yeah, I remember like I was in New York one time and we were at a gas station and my dad like lost me. And he like was freaking out.
Whoa.
He lost
yeah.
you?
Wait, what do you mean he lost?
Yeah, like he was like talking, he was checking out, and I like ran out, and he like looked and he couldn't find me, and then he walks outside and like there's like a crowd of people around me. I was only gone for like maybe 5-10 minutes, and there was a crowd of people around me, and I was like in the middle like doing Michael Jackson, and I was like 4 years old. So it's the little things like that that made my parents actually take me seriously with it, because they were like, okay, like you're not like shy with it. No matter how good I was, as a kid, you think you're amazing. You look back and you're like, oh, I was terrible. So that's neither here nor there. But the want and the something in me that was like, I want to do it. I want to be seen doing it. Like they couldn't deny that, you know? So like, it's always interesting to me when I hear people like, yeah, I was 2 years old and I was amazing at, like, no, you weren't, bro. No, you weren't. But you had something in you, which led you to becoming amazing at that thing. And I think that's what it was for me.
Yeah. Well, sometimes also when you kind of grow up doing some sort of version of the arts, like you get to points where you either burn out or you lose inspiration for it, or, you know, you just kind of creatively don't really, you know, feel the same way about it. Have you had anything like that? And what has kept you wanting to continue and re-innovate and change it up and keep being creative?
I actually love this question because I was just having a conversation about it earlier today with a good friend of mine. Yeah, you know, I have that moment. I have those moments, you know. I think the thing for me is stepping away from it, though.
Yeah.
Like being able to really, really step away from it. Because, you know, I produce a lot of my stuff. I write all my stuff. I'm really involved on all fronts musically. So sometimes it can be like, and I do a lot of stuff for other people too, where I might just play guitar for someone, or I might, like, there's a lot of stuff. So I can get like drained, like musically, like I could I could be working on someone's project for a week, and then I could come try to think of something for myself, and then I'm like, whoa, like where am I even? So, but I think the thing is being able to like really step away and enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, you know, because like it can be as simple as taking a week. You know what I mean? Like this week has been more of a week of like, some weeks are more business, music business. You know, me and my manager, we live under the same roof, so it's always a thing going. So sometimes it's good to like step away from the music and really focus on the planning. And then I'm like, oh, I haven't made a song in a week, and then I go back and I have all these fresh ideas, and without even, you know, subconsciously. So I think that's a really great question, and I think the way for me to I definitely go through that. And I think the way that I maintain that is just being able to step away from it. And I travel a lot too. So traveling helps because I'll get to a new place and I'm inspired by something I don't even know. You know, I'm like, I don't even know what brought this to me, but yeah, for sure.
Now, do you have a lot of songs kind of, I use the vault because of Prince's vault. You know, you said Little Richard. We know that Little Richard influenced Prince, but do you have a lot of songs that are just, you know, written out somewhere that you have not produced yet, and you're inspired, like you say, you go across the world, across the country, and you get inspired? Is there like a bunch of notes that you have that you piece songs together later on? How does that work?
Yeah, well, for me, I was writing a lot more when I was younger. I feel like this last year, my writing process has been very on the microphone type writing, because I engineer my stuff too lately. So I will produce the track, and I will freestyle over it, and then I'll write to what I write to the melody. So I'm kind of giving some sauce right now, just in case whoever's watching, you know what I'm saying? But no, that's my process, and I find that like most of it's not like I have like a bunch of notes written anywhere, but I do have a bunch of songs that are not finished. So it's like I might do a first verse and then be like, all right, when the time comes, I'll do the rest of it, or a first verse and the hook and a second verse and whatever. But the vault is thick for sure. I mean, I could comfortably say I got a couple hundred records that haven't been,
oh wow,
like heard, you know. But again, like I've been doing this for so long, just in the regard of like, first off, let me say this: I don't like the, I've been doing this for a long time approach. So when I said that, I didn't mean it the way that it sounded. But just just going off of time, like I have been doing this for a long time in the most humble way. So like I'll listen to stuff and I'm like, dang, dude, that was like 10 years ago that I recorded that. Or like, and I'm only 22. I turned 22 in May. So, or 15 years ago that I recorded that. I might have been like 7. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I would never release it, but it just is sometimes like as an artist, the people that I look up to are, in my opinion, they're crapping on everything I do. You got the Anderson .Paak, you got the Brandy. I don't know if you've heard Brandy's last album.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dope.
It's so
My
good.
gosh, yo.
But Brandy
so, like,
always delivers, though. She always delivers.
Always delivers.
Always.
Always delivers.
I'm like, why are you so dope? So things like that, and I'm always like getting down on myself. I'm like, dang, like when is, you know? But then I hear those records that I cut when I was 7 or 5, and I listen. I'm hearing the growth, and I'm like, okay, that's all I needed. I needed to hear that. I needed to hear Brandy and be embarrassed of myself, and then I needed to hear my old self and be like, oh, okay, youngster, you know, you're here, hey, boy, you doing something right.
Well, let's just start with the fact that I already feel underachieved. Like I feel like I haven't accomplished a lot of stuff because you say you writing songs at 5 and 7.
5 and 7
Bro,
and recording.
I mean, I like music, but I don't know anything that I was writing at 5 or 7.
At 3 years old, I had built my first house. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but, and honestly too, like my dad, to keep it 100 with you, at that age, my dad was writing my stuff. So I would have like ideas, and I would have like very like specific things that I wanted to talk about, right? Like it was all about girls. It was always girls. So I'd be like, yo, I'm the man, you know. I thought I was a rapper too. Let's talk about that. I thought I was a rapper at first. I did. I really did. So, you know, I was Lil Mike, you know, Lil Mike. That's why I went by. I was in these streets. Not really. But in my mind, I was hard, you know. I had to look around me in my environment a little bit more to realize. But no, yeah, so yeah, my dad was helping me out. Again, my dad is like, you know, he is super into the industry. He's an engineer, producer, musician, a drummer, hell of a drummer, and a writer as well. So everything goes back to like always having that strong person in my life to kind of, even when you don't, you know how your parents tell you stuff and you don't listen because it's your parents, and then somebody else will tell you the same thing and you're like, all right, I might need to listen to my parents. Yeah, having that strong thing, and then him proving himself right over and over again, especially when I don't listen to him and then I end up going back to him like, dang, you're right, you know. So having that strong influence of you know, kind of keeping me grounded, man, yeah.
So, and speaking about that, like what's the best piece of advice you've gotten from your dad about your career, and any other mentors or anyone who's given you like some amazing advice?
Oh, I feel like the best piece of advice I've gotten from my pops is like, nothing is free.
That's a fact.
Especially in the music industry, like you got a lot of people that labels and people who come around you and they see how you work, they see what you do, they work with you for, let's say 2 weeks. Let's say you work with somebody for 2 weeks. As a businessman, you know, that person is studying you. What do you like? What is your weakness? Okay, you smoke. Oh, you like women. You talk about private jets a lot. You want, or money even, you know, and people will take those things and they will use them against you on a business side. And they will say like, okay, cool. You know what? We can't afford to pay you, but you know, I know you like this, so every time you come, we'll have this for you. Or, you know what, every time, in your mind, you might think, oh, they're looking out for me. But it's like, no, you're not winning. You're not benefiting. This person is benefiting because they're basically, you're a tax write-off for them. Sure. Little things like that, you know. That's probably the biggest thing, because I see it happen all the time where you see these artists take these deals or take these things from people. It's like when I go in somebody's place, it's like, you can offer me a bottle of wine, you can offer me whatever. It's always no. Because at the end of the day, that's just something my dad has, you know, my dad's been in so many situations where it's like I said, something as simple as a bottle of wine can turn into like, you know, something else. So that's my biggest piece of advice, is just don't take nothing from nobody unless you're ready to pay it back, like right then, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's just easy also, you know, as an artist, whatever form it is, whether it's music, TV, film, whatever it is, when you are in an environment where someone is offering you something that you look up to, or you're trying to get to where they are, it's easy for you to be like excited about them offering you certain things. And then later on, you're like, well, hold up. I'm looking at this contract. Where's my paycheck? You know what I mean?
And another thing, another thing I would advise people to do too is like figure out what you're good at, your strengths are, because as much as someone can help you, you can help them. So it could be a situation where it's like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Right. And this person is, can I offer you some wine? No, you can't. I don't want that. But what I can do is, you can let me work here, and then in exchange for that, I will whatever you're good at for you, for your clients, for this person, for this person. Because at the end of the day, people will find like nobody wants to spend money. Nobody wants to. Not even the richest people in the world, especially the richest people in the world, aren't spending money like that. So as soon as you figure out, like, you know what, how can the person, I'm going to benefit off of this situation. How can I already have pinpointed, blueprinted out how they can benefit from me, how this is going to work out X, Y, and Z before I even get in that situation? Because then it's like that person is looking at you, no matter how old you are, that person is looking at you as a businessman opposed to just an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, you've obviously been in two different groups. How have you? How did those situations help you grow as a individual solo artist as well?
Just being able to you hear about certain things in the industry, you hear about getting screwed over, and then when it happens to you, you're like, okay, that actually needed to happen to me, so that I understand that shit's not a game, Yeah. So I think that whole thing prepared me for. Like the first group prepared me for Mindless. Mindless prepared me for Mike River. And I think the biggest thing that I can take from it is, gratitude. Here's my key, right? Gratitude, persistence, great. You got to be humble. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many because like talent is just like not it. There's so many talented people, but come on, go scroll on Instagram, look at the top 10 right now. It's not about talent. You know what I'm saying? These people are smart, they're loyal to somebody, they're right place, right time, or they're talented, whatever. And that's not to hate, but that's just to put it into reality, like things that I've taken from the group. I'm like, dude, I've met so many people who I looked up to a certain degree, and then, I was a fan of them, and turns out they were a fan of me. And then when you get in that environment with that person, you're like, wait, I thought you don't write your stuff, or you don't do this, or you don't do that, or it's like, no. But that doesn't mean that they're not as dope as the next person or as dope as you, because they have figured something that you haven't figured out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Relationships, another thing, So True. It's just like, I really got to see the industry on a different scale with the boy band, and everything wasn't perfect. It didn't end perfect, at all. But me and the boys are still cool. There's no beef there, and that's all that matters to me, because that's my family. You know what I mean? At this point in my life. But yeah, definitely a lot of lessons taken from that situation, good and bad.
So how would you describe sonically the new album, and like, where are you at musically right now?
Oh, good question, man. Y'all are good at this. Just want to say, okay? And I like your shirt too a lot. The new album is just me expressing myself 100% creatively. So, I got some stuff for the bar, some stuff that feels more like some grown folks, like barbecue type, But then I got some stuff that's, pop, super pop. I got an acoustic record called Stay. And yeah, like I was able to produce a lot on this record too. So, that's the thing. And now I'm working on the second album right now. I'm in that whole process. So it's just like, I can't really say what to expect, because I feel like it's also different, everything is so different, but it's very musical. Like, it's very musical, live instruments. Expect that. Like, expect live instruments, expect some interludes. My band is incredible. Shout out
I like that. You got a band. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You got the band.
We love that.
It's not just in studio stuff. It's not all electronics. I will after today, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, check it out, man. I did a live version of my single Love. And we performed it in the Goat Farm, me and my band. I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of them more than anything. They killed it. And they also did a lot of my album. And man, it's just like, I wonder if I'm going to play one of the interludes.
See, that's
we always get it.
Ready.
Because
We're ready for
on the trend, man.
Just because, like, and it's just like this is an interlude, so you know it's not like I'm revealing too much or nothing. But I just want you to kind of get a feel, you know.
Yeah, you want to get it.
So you're gonna play the track in the background and then play some live instruments at the same time. What we about to do? Are you gonna surprise us? Surprise us a little bit.
We gonna see. Look, this is hold on. Can you hear this? All right, that's not it. But just making sure it worked. Okay, cool. Let me see. Let me see. I feel like my uncle. All right. This is wow, I cannot believe I'm doing this. Just so you know, this is the first time I've done this. I've done a whole promo run and have not played anything once. So this is crazy.
Love it.
Let me see. Let me go to an interlude. I'm excited. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. All right, this is just an interlude. All right.
Got it.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong. Yeah. Nah. Let me play the intro. This is the intro. Like some real, you know, like groovy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
real vibey. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna play. This one's called Physical. This is maybe my next single. Maybe. I'm just play the intro. Yeah, I don't play too much, but you know,
I can hear that up in the club. I can hear that in the club.
You know what I'm saying? This is just real, just vibes. Like this is my first project as a solo artist, and the last project that I put out, I was in a group, and we had a lot to focus on as a group. Like we had a lot to focus on, coming from a different group, transitioning, what our fans already want to hear, what the brand is, what the label says, there were so many like things that you have to account for when you're in a group, when you're signed. This is a lot, you know, especially, it's a lot when you have a deal, but especially when you're in a group, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was just a great time for me to be like, wow, I can just do whatever I want for this time. You know what I mean? And musically, because, you know, there is no direction specifically. I make music, you know, sometimes I might make a country record. I literally wrote a country record a week ago. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Or like, acoustic, hold on.
I feel like we're getting all the samples.
I know, we getting the whole show.
He pulled out the guitar.
Got the guitar. That's what we wanted.
This is the first guitar I ever bought myself.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you know what? I got it in my hand. We might veer off into something. I'm gonna let y'all keep going. I have taken up some time.
Nah, we want to hear you play, man.
We're here for you. What are you talking?
We want everybody to know all the talent you got.
All right, hold on. Yeah,
you know you're gonna have to sing now.
Make me feel talented. Shit. Okay.
Come on, baby.
Stay. How does stay go? already know it's hard for me to pack my bags and go. So I don't have to say it's hard for me when I cannot control. But it never gets old, feeling your heart, feeling your soul. I can almost see us now, losing our breaths, losing ourselves. And it's been a long road, but in no time, close your eyes and I'll be there when you wake up. Yeah, I want you to stay. I need you by my side every day. I want you to say, please say you'll never leave me anyway. You'll stay always. I want you to stay. Stay, like different vibes, you know?
Bro, I mean, listen, you already got the vocals, but then you threw in the acoustic guitar with it. You taking it to the next level.
Beautiful.
You got the lyrics. I'm a lyrics dude. Like I like to hear a song, and what makes me connect to a song a lot of times. I mean, sure, we got our dance records and we feel the beat,
Right.
but it's the lyrics. You know what I mean? And I was just like vibing to the lyrics you were saying. Like, was that somebody who you wrote that about, or were you just, you know, out and about and you decided to just jot some stuff down on some paper? Like, what's the story behind that song?
You know what I'm saying? Here's what I'm trying to say. Okay, listen. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because 2 + 2 is 4, right? But 4 + 4 is 8. That's all I'm saying.
You trying to you trying to give us a
talking
little
around.
Yeah, you trying to make us think about what you're saying.
No, of course. You know, there's inspiration. My songs are definitely from a real place, for sure. I was moving to LA. I was moving to here from LA when I wrote the song, and it was like, I was just feeling like sad. I was feeling happy, but like LA is like home, you know? So I was feeling sad about the people that I was leaving, maybe a specific person that I was leaving. And I was just like, dang, like, I want you to stay. I want to stay. But I'm glad I didn't stay. But
so did this particular person stay after you delivered that song to them and they heard this song?
That particular person stayed, yes.
Okay.
They did.
All right.
And then as far as musically, because you know, play instruments and you obviously write your own songs and you sing, who were the artists that inspired you, and who is someone right now that maybe is a new artist that you'd like to collaborate with and create some dope music with?
Okay, new artists. I'm gonna start with the new artist. You guys probably have not heard of her. She's super new, but Remy Wolf. Check her out, man. She's different. She's like super different. Her production, I believe, because I don't know them personally, but from what I've heard is that she has a boyfriend that produces all of her stuff, and they are like a duo. And it sounds like it, because it sounds like them records were made with love, like for real. So I love her. She's incredible. Remy, if you see this, if you hear this, come on, what's your boy? Yeah, but in terms of just, you know, influences, Michael Jackson, of course, Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Old school. You like the old school?
Yeah, but Anderson .Paak.
Oh yeah.
Tame Impala. Have you heard of Tame Impala?
Oh, Australia. Yeah, I love. Well, Rihanna loved them so much she redid their song.
Exactly.
She did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tame Impala is hard. Who else though? You know, Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke.
All oldies and goodies. Oldies but goodies.
Oldies but goodies for sure.
I'm trying to think about who else. James Brown. Oh God, James Brown. A lot of the people that I look up to are more on the production side of things, like because I think as an artist you got to find your own voice. So you know, there are people the people I look up to are people that I kind of that I sound similar to, but the people that I like really get inspired by are the people that I'm totally not alike. And their production is what pulls me. Like Anderson .Paak, his production is crazy.
It is.
Michael Jackson's production was crazy. James Brown the band crazy. Like if you like the music itself, like they didn't have to be singing on the song. The singing and the lyrics is what made the song because it takes both. But I would have been like, they had me after the, you know, bass line and the drums, and I'm a big pocket person. So that's another thing with Anderson .Paak. Like, he was the first person, I got hip to him because I was at the show, not knowing who he was. We just got backstage passes to this new, you know, Super Duper Kyle is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was him, Super Duper Kyle, and they were signed to Warner together at the time. And I was associated with Warner. So we got invited. And when I was there, I had no idea who Anderson .Paak was. I was just backstage chilling with him. He was just goofy. And like, I was like literally kicking it. Like, I'm a huge fan now. That's why the story blows my mind, because like, we were just kicking it like homies. You know, we took a couple pictures. I met his wife. I met his baby. You know what I mean? Like, it was super personal. Super Duper Kyle too. And then like, I saw him on stage and he was on the drum. And then I found out he was a drummer before, or he was professional as a drummer before he was as an artist. So I was like, okay, you know, my dad's a drummer, so I'm super like hard. Like, I'm like, okay, he's a drummer, okay. And then I saw him and I was like, oh, he's a drummer. Like, he's not a singer that plays, or like, he's a musician. So I just remember being in awe, like, dude, I've always wanted to combine the two, but I've never seen anyone play drums and sing like that. Yeah. So I was like, yo, and he's dope. He's like rapping, and he's not. The thing but like, it's so dope about Anderson .Paak is his music is so old school.
It is.
But his topic matter is so today.
Yeah. It's a perfect combination.
Yeah, like he says some shit, you like, whoa, that was fly. But like, the music is very like, like, just the pocket is just like, wow. So yeah,
it's like some 70s soul that he's bringing.
Yeah, exactly. Her as well. Her.
Yeah.
I like her. Her is really dope. I'm gonna give you one more. I like Lucky Day. He's new. I like Lucky Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot. He's really cool. He's really. His voice is dope.
Nice.
Shout out to my boy Princeton Perez. You know what I'm saying?
We had him on BHL.
We had him. He came in. Yeah.
I know he was probably humping the screen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. I love that song.
Well, we got to get out of here. Go ahead, Courtney.
I was just going to say, vision after, you know, COVID passes, career 10 years, where are we going to find Mike Rivers?
Oh, 10 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 10 years. I'm gonna own a couple things, you know. I'm gonna be well invested.
Hallelujah.
Hey, bro.
I'm gonna have some, you know, by then I will have toured, you know. I might be dropping my 5th album or something, 6th maybe. But like, music is the really, like, I want to get into the business side of things, like, not even the music business, just like business, just like, you know, investing and rebuilding and doing stuff like that. But music is really like, I'm really deep into this music thing, you know, like, so I know a lot of people kind of do music and then they figure out they're out or whatever. It's like, my thing is like, I really want to be like Babyface or Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. Like, I want to be the hub of where music is coming from in 10 years. Like, I want people to be like, oh, you want to hit record? Like, all right, call Mike type of thing. And I want it to be, I have a team of people that I'm able to do that with, and not just for myself, but for other people, for other artists. I like developing artists. I like working in the studio with artists, telling them what to do differently or what to, you know what I mean? Because that's how I was developed, and I'm still developed. Now, I think like as an artist, you're always developing, just like growing. You're always learning and you're always figuring out new things. So, you know, I have people I look up to that help me out as well. But I love sharing that knowledge with other people, you know, because the art of, you know, recording is different than the art of singing.
Right.
And so there are a lot of times where you work with these phenomenal singers, and then you get them on the mic and you're like, all right, you got to pull back. You got to do less. You got to do this. You got to do that. And it's like, you really, sometimes initially that coaching in the studio is very important. Like, I can work with an artist and I can tell like when they've been coached, because again, there's a difference between a great singer and a person that can really, a recording artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in 10 years, yeah, I just want to be like, I want to be able to be, you know, facilitating multiple people's projects and albums and careers and helping people, like, you know.
Beautiful plan.
And then where can fans find you on social media where they can, you know, watch you play guitar and check out all your music and everything?
Right now I'm exclusively on OnlyFans.
Ah.
So no, I'm just playing. Mike River Official on Instagram. So yeah, that's where most of my stuff happens. I'm on Instagram all the time. I'm trying to, you know, I made a promise to myself I was gonna be consistent. I've been doing that. So I got plenty of content for you guys. I got a website, www.mikeriverofficial.com. And then with each single comes new merch. So I got a merch store as well called mikerivermerch.com. So
not mad at that.
Stay tuned and you know, let's support each other.
And one quick question. I know you're a Brandy fan. Did you watch the verses between Brandy and Monica?
You know what? I missed it. I can't believe I missed it.
Okay.
Did you watch it?
I did. That's what I was going to ask you who you thought won. So.
Brandy.
You didn't even see it.
You ain't see it.
I'm just playing. Nah, but I mean, I'm too much of a Brandy fan. Like, Monica probably could have won. I still would have been like, Brandy won.
Okay, I feel that.
Like, that's sacrilege. You're in Atlanta right now.
Hey. Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I'm in Atlanta. My body is in Atlanta.
You're like,
but physically.
My mind is with Brandy.
Oh, that's funny. Courtney, where can fans
I love you, Monica. I hope, Monica, I love you.
Yes.
I work with you too. I can learn a lot from you.
Hey, they both
for sure, 100%. They're both amazing.
They both brought it.
We're the winners in that battle.
Exactly.
That was beautifully put. Yeah, and you have a beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all so much for having me.
Come back. When we get the studio back open after this craziness is over, we'll have you back in to talk about more music and even more in depth with the projects you're working on.
Yeah.
Dope. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. And yes, ma'am. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Courtney, where can fans find you?
Fans, I'm all over, the social medias at Stuart Starlet.
And you can find me all over social media as well, every platform, and also on Entertainment Tonight Canada, doing some stuff for them as well. And follow us and subscribe to We Are The Trend on our Instagram account and our YouTube and our, what else? We're everywhere.
YouTube and Instagram.
Those two. Okay.
_ The Trend, because we just started it, so we got to roll it out.
Yes.
All right.
Mike, man, we look forward to seeing you in the future.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you
for busting out that guitar too.
Hey, I never did that either. See, I got me doing new stuff.
New stuff. That's what it's about.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, you too, man. Peace.